This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Let's go straight into the netball. The West Coast Fever were beaten by the bottom place, Collingwood Magpies. Come on, girls.
Come on, girls.
Do you believe in love?
Well, I got something to say about it. I'm going to love it.
Okay, that next
and
play.
that's it from Collingwood. They're done.
Collingwood
That was the last game.
That was the last
So,
game of the season.
yeah.
So they beat our girls by 3 goals.
They went out with
Are
a
the
bang,
Collingwood
I guess.
netball fans the same as the Collingwood football fans?
Like toothless and
Yeah,
feral.
yeah.
Is that the question?
With the
as
tail.
feral, I would say no at this point in time because they were a newer entity.
But
into
is it not the
Collingwood
same
Football Club.
people?
Is it not? Yeah, is it not the same toothless tailed people? With
didn't-
claws as hands? Is that not the same?
Okay, you've turned me. Yes.
I don't know. I'm just asking questions.
Well, now it doesn't matter because they've ceased to be.
They ceased to
there
be.
you go.
Yeah, but they
Oh.
beat our Fever, which is not great. And then that's the end of the season. But we go into this finals campaign,
Yes.
finishing in 3rd position. Home ground advantage against the Melbourne Vixens on Sunday coming up. So we need everybody to get behind the West Coast Fever because given that they have to then go through
Yes.
the winner round of New South Wales Swifts and Adelaide Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds a go.
Wow, they're going
gonna
up
be
against
tough.
Taylor Swift. It's full on.
It's going to be tough, actually. So it was the game they didn't need to lose. Max Verstappen took out the Canadian Grand Prix 2nd time in a row,
Yep.
leading from pillar to post. The world's best golfers are taking at each other again today when we know the LIV and the USPGA guys are all playing together at the moment. They're playing for the US Open. First prize is $3.2 million, $3.6 million US. Not bad. So how's this? In previous tournaments, if you don't make the cut, you don't make the weekend, which is the top
Yes.
61 players, the other 70 who started the field don't get paid. But
they
they've
get
changed
nothing.
it.
Yeah, right.
$10,000 is a minimum US, so that's okay.
That
just for the
covers your
weekend.
costs.
Yep. Some sandwiches.
Yep. So if you finish 20th in this US Open today, if you finish 20th, you walk away with $241,659 US dollars for
Okay.
20th.
Yeah.
For 30th, $136,749.
For 30th.
Not bad.
God.
But like, if you compare it to tennis, though, they're pretty much in a Grand Slam. They're pretty much getting that for
Just
making
like
it to the
one
second
match.
round, aren't they?
Are they how many people in the tournament?
Or 128.
128. So you've already got, but they're almost the halfway mark, aren't they? Okay.
Can I just
that's a
say,
good point, yeah.
if you're aliens coming down to Earth, right, and you're going to judge on sport, so if you're seeing sport for the first time and then you realise what money is and then money that's been put towards sport, when you look how much money is given to golfers, you
I know.
go, no, that's not right.
Because they're just
Yeah.
walking around.
Because it's just walking around
Someone-
on
they don't
lawn
even
with a
carry their
couple
own
of sticks.
stuff.
They don't even have a proper ball. Yeah, they've got someone carrying their crap. Like, you'd honestly go, and like, no one sweats,
It's
really.
like, yeah, is this
No
an
sweat.
athletic pursuit?
Like,
I
when
don't
you
think
look at the Tour de France or like,
Yes.
you know, or like at
Yeah.
a game of AFL, you go,
Yeah.
okay, these people, what they're doing, that should be given a lot
Yeah.
of monetary compensation. But for golf, no, it's just walking with sticks.
For 50th, you get 48,671. For 61st, last 61st, 42,000 US dollars. Nathan,
For 61st?
For 61st, I see where you're coming from. You'd
know what I
agree
mean?
with that. You'd agree, absolutely.
If you came
That-
down, you didn't know anything. You
so
just
what do I
learned
have to
about
do?
money
4
and
days
sport.
in a row.
Yes.
You've got to play
Yeah.
18
Literally.
holes, and
Yeah,
there's
so-
a chance you could walk away with $5 million Australian.
So let's be honest, that's literally going for a couple of walks around the block.
Yeah. Literally.
I'm hearing it.
Literally
You
that.
can feel all the
I
I'm
mean,
sure you're hitting a ball into it.
What
you know
about
what I mean?
cricket, Nathan, where like
cricket, you know
Marnus
how I feel about
Labuschagne
cricket.
was napping during the match?
You know how I feel about cricket?
if it's a sport where you can have a nap during the event, I don't
If
think
a
this-
bird can stand next to you while you're playing the sport, it's not a sport.
Yeah, well, in golf you can have an alligator or a kangaroo as
There you
well.
go.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway,
Seems
so-
to be the way to go,
Yeah,
everybody.
but
All right.
golf's really it's a great sport.
He's Post Malone. This is Chemical. It's
Don't get
19
angry at
past
me.
7.
Don't get angry.
Don't send your caddy to hit me. Because you wouldn't walk yourself, would you?
It's always great to check in with our great mate Matthew Pavlich. I'm sure he's got kind words for Nathan on his birthday this morning. G'day, Pav.
How old are you, Nathan?
I am 47.
Not out.
47? 47. You look great for 47.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
The same age as
You're
Shaun.
married, Pav. Settle down.
Yeah.
No, well, greatness can see greatness.
Yeah.
Even if it's squinting.
Is Nathan, as WA's number 5 gay influencer, is he influencing you in ways that you didn't expect?
Hang on, say that again.
So there's a list of Perth's Pink Power on Perth Now,
Yeah.
which is Nathan's at number 5 on the list of the most influential LGBTQIA+.
I'd be flat if I was you. Who are the other 4?
Oh, they deserve it.
John
There's John
Kerry is number 1.
So he's done a lot.
I don't
Sam
think
Kerr's
so.
at number 4.
There's a couple of gay football teams and sports teams. The guy that owns Connections.
Don't try to speak humble. BS right now.
He's
You
there's
know-
another 20 behind him.
What have I
Hello.
done? I haven't done much. It is an honour to be on the. Where are you on the the purple power list?
Number 1.
He'd be pretty up there on the purple power
Yeah,
list.
of course. Number 29. Please, come on.
Yeah.
Well, mate, congratulations. 47. What are you doing to celebrate this big day?
Nothing. It's the weekdays, so you don't do anything.
Is your mum making a famous carrot cake for you as a birthday present?
Oh, don't even get me started on Marlene and the cake. How about this? I'll talk about Marlene and the cake situation a little bit later on.
Okay, that's
that
good.
woman's on notice.
What's the star sign? Because my dad's June 3rd, so that
Gemini.
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 The
okay.
undateable,
And what-
apparently.
Yeah.
The undateable.
Yeah.
I'll let Dad know.
That's good news for your mum.
No, you know what? Knowing that your dad's a Gemini, I've got something really great to let you know, all right? So,
Okay.
Apparently, Geminis are the most likely star sign to have spontaneous sex. They are ready to throw down at any given opportunity.
So you're just waiting for the right time
That's
to
why you're
pounce?
so undateable.
Yeah, yeah.
No one wants to go near you.
Literally, if someone walks past and slightly, if they've got something in
wink.
their eye and you think it's a wink, you've got your clothes off and you're on their back.
You know, I saw last night, I was watching the Ashes and one of the promos came on for, I think, the new show on 9 that's called Your Mum, My Dad. And there was a moment where one of the daughters, the dad was talking about his sex life and she was like, oh, my God, turn this off. This is so cringeworthy. I just had one of those moments right there when you talked about
Your dad just throwing his clothes off and jumping on board.
God love him at 72 or whatever he is.
Your dad would be, the Pavliches would be powerful lovers.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a handsome
Those
man.
thighs.
Well, you know
Have
what?
seen them?
And they'd be very acrobatic too because of their thick thighs. It would be a waste to not put them into.
Acrobatic and the name Pavlich have never gone.
Never gone.
Certainly no chance of that happening. But potentially powerful lovers, I'll take that.
Now, Mav, I understand that you've been one out in 3 defenders around you over the weekend.
Yeah, it's a bit like the old days playing in the front forward line, Shaun.
But you'd still win, so we just know we just get it to you and you still win. Are you winning this?
Well, am I winning? I've certainly had some moments across the weekend. Yeah, so Lauren has shot down South for 3 nights, and rightly so. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago, didn't we, about what's an appropriate and right amount of time away. I think I mentioned a mate of mine that was going away for 2.5 weeks, and I'm not sure if he's come back from that trip. He's still away.
Went to the shops for some milk.
So Lauren's gone down south with I think there's a number of mums, almost sort of 20 of them have all descended on Dunsborough, so good luck Dunsborough.
This is a mum's gone wild scenario, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. Although I think, well, look, put it this way, they promote it as like, we got up and did a Pilates. Lauren runs a Pilates
It's a
session,
yoga
and they get up
retreat,
and do
It's lies.
a yoga thing, and then I think it's lies as well. I think it's basically...
No.
They took all those
with
photos at
down-
the beginning of the trip, and then they're just posting them every morning.
So I'm calling... Exactly, I'm calling them out on that. It's just been long lunches and lots of fun for them, which is great. But
But why would you leave such a powerful lover at home? You know what I mean?
That's a really good
why
point.
would you put him up on
It's a
blocks?
really good point. Look, I'll raise this with her tonight when I see her.
And Pav, don't your kids play like 8 sports between the 3
Yeah,
of
well,
them? So you've had to you've been like a pinball all over town, right?
Yeah, I have been. So we got drenched on Friday afternoon at Jack's footy training, absolutely drenched, and then kind of had like a little half-an-hour window just to kind of load up the kids with a bit of fuel, and then we went back to the Oval for coaching duties. Harper's playing her footy down there at Allen Park, and then Saturday morning was up early, 7:30 basketball, straight to Minky for Will and Jack, and then we had a little bit of time, and fortunately. I say fortunately, it's not ideal that Will's a little bit crook. Everyone's crook at the moment, no matter who you speak to in some way. But so he decided to tap out of soccer, or at least I convinced him to tap out of soccer.
Maybe sit this one out, mate. Yeah.
And then what do we have? And then Harper's basketball Saturday afternoon, and then we just crashed on the couch for the rest of the evening. And then yesterday was Jack's footy and Harper's basketball. So it's been a solid.
Well done, mate.
Active kids.
Well
but it's it's a time of your life, Shawnee, as you know, that you don't want to wish away because they're having so much fun.
No, Pav, make them pick one sport.
I know. Back in the day, remember we
played netball in the winter and we played softball in the summer, and that was it.
Like my sport for 3 years was Mum gave me a stick and a bundy, and I thought there was a professional league. I didn't realise it was nothing.
It
was nothing.
And look how that worked out for you.
Exactly.
Look at me, one of Australia's best sporting personalities.
Yes, can hit a bundy.
I think we could tap out of soccer if I'm being no disrespect to soccer, but it's the Joey's code. It's a little bit Mickey Mouse at this age, so I think we'll tap out of that at some point.
So.
Yeah.
And you're right. I think next year, so Jack's the one who's sort of keen on trying everything and getting into everything. I think we'll kind of limit his scope next year. But hey, you live
get
in
him
your
signed up for pickleball.
Pickleball, goddamn pickleball. Now,
what's pickleball? Come on,
pickleball. You know pickleball.
It's like tennis, but you use a bat, like a flat paddle.
Small paddle bat.
It's huge in the Americas.
That's called. Isn't that just paddle, the new thing that's going around?
No. Google pickleball and get back to us.
I can't believe I'm telling you something sporty. It's a sad day, isn't it, Power Thighs?
Well, hey, look, I'm always open to new experiences.
You are.
We're doing a lot of chatter that's not about the Dockers.
Well, I want to.
that was strategic.
Really well played there, Pav.
Oh my God! Look, a bird! A bird with the biscuit smell.
They were terrible on the weekend, our team, Pav.
Well, thank goodness that I wasn't watching because I was running around between all these different sports. No, they were. I saw the start of the game, Shawnee, you could just... Sometimes when you watch the game and they're just a step behind or they miss a kick or you instantly understand or know whether they're in inverted brackets on or not, and they just weren't. They were just a step off. Their skills were lazy. Every time the ball inside their forward 50, it basically bounced straight back out. And credit to the Giants because they played incredibly well. And Adam Kingsley's getting them has them back up and going. All their younger players, but to the Dockers, they were terrible. And I think I'm not giving them an out here, but they're a young side, and every year, no matter if they're the best side in the competition or the worst side of the competition, every year a WA team travels away, just has a bit of a stinker. Even West Coast and Freo, when they were winning games and right at the top of the ladder, that they've always just had one game, and that was their stinker this year. Hopefully they don't have too many others, but that was a bad game.
Yeah, I did text Justin after the game, telling him what my thoughts were.
Great.
What did you go with?
When you're having a go at a telemarketer, you do the same thing. Look,
don't take this personally.
Don't take this personally. I don't mean to raise my voice here. No, it's not your fault. But
I did ask him if he had some nets, a good show, a good series to watch on the plane ride back because that game. Because they have to go over the game and stuff like that because that was absolutely beep. But he was kind of the thoughts that he's got to put it down almost to a mulligan, where you just got to wipe that one clean, go over.
But this is the point where I think, as I said, once a year there's a game where you just, particularly for a WA side, you do have a stinker away for whatever reason. You just have a bad one, and they certainly did that. But I think as a young team to be, and I'm sure he and the coaching group would be, once they review this game, would go, how do we review this? Do we go really hard and hold them accountable to the actions that we see on the screen and be really hard on them, or do we, as you said, give them a mulligan, and get on to next week? But no, look, it wasn't good viewing, and it leaves them in a pretty. They can still make the 8, but I don't know, just the way that their up and down season is, and you look at the ladder. Basically, there's a win or 2 wins between, I think, 4th on the ladder and 13th. So they're going to need at least 13 wins, which is another 7 7 wins out of, I think it's 10. So they're leaving, the margin for error is pretty thin now.
Yeah, it's interesting. At the start of the year, though, everyone was expecting to be top 4 team, and they've got younger with the way that they traded and let players go, and therefore the inconsistency comes into the form.
Yeah, with the
into your team.
inexperience.
So
yeah.
I don't know, because you could easily say in 2 or 3 years their list profile suggests they'll be really, really difficult to beat. But are you wasting time?
Yeah, look, I'm with you on they've gone backwards in terms of their list profile and the fact they traded out, Lobb and Akers and Logue and Tucker and David Mundy retired. So they lost a lot of experience last year. Got Luke Jackson in. They went to the draft again. But like you've got Jai Amos and Josh Tracy as second and third year forwards trying to lead their forward line, and you've got a really young midfield at the moment. So it's I'm glass half full, Shawnee. Maybe that's because I've been that way for a long time and optimistic. But look, they will suffer a little bit of short-term pain for, I think, what will be, as you said, in the next 2 or 3 years, a great premiership window for them.
Good on you, Pav.
Love your work, Pav.
Get the kids off
watch
to school.
the Ashes as well.
Yeah, we're watching the Ashes. I'm loving it.
Bit of
How good is
baseball.
it?
Channel 9, everyone.
Channel 9, tune into the news, straight into the Ashes. Can't miss it.
Good on you,
All
mate.
right. Good work. Thanks, Pav.
Good on you guys. Bye.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.